Welcome, everyone, to the Hecate's Doorway podcast.
Welcome back. How have y'all been?
Well, in theme with the somewhat new direction we're taking the show.
Is it in theme?
Yeah, because this is Cursed Objects. Woo! Yeah, I can't do any more true crime for a while, because my brain hurts.
Yeah, same, honestly. I can only do so much true crime before I get tired of it, and before it just gets overwhelmingly depressing.
Yeah. So for the time being, we are not a true crime podcast. We are we are doing paranormal shit for the unforeseen future because it's much more fun.
And we can do more jokes with it.
Yes, it's so hard to not joke when we do like true crime because it's not appropriate.
No.
We're talking about real people who died.
Unless it's about the killers, then we can fuck around with them all we want.
Yeah, that was the fun of the Richard Chase episodes.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're not talking about true crime. We're talking about Cursed Objects. Cursed Objects Part 1. And,
oh, wait, Brennan. Real quick, before we get started.
Yeah.
A couple of jokes for the people.
Oh, God. Okay.
So, order the pizza from DoorDash, you know, right?
Yeah.
Never mind. It's too cheesy.
And that's the show. I quit. Cursed object number 1 was that fucking joke. Everyone who hears it hangs themselves.
Woo!
Woo!
Alright, time for the show, people.
See why we're not doing true crime right now? And now let's get into the Brusa murder.
Yeah!
Oh my god. Alright, so technically only 2 of these are cursed objects, and you'll find out at the end of the episode. But we'll start off with probably one of the most famous cursed objects, Robert the Doll.
Oh, yay!
You like Robbie the Doll?
Yes, Robbie.
Oh, Robbie, come give me that sponge face.
Come at here.
Robert the Doll.
Come at cousin.
Welcome to the show, folks.
We're dumb as fuck.
Today we're talking about the gruesome murder of Miss Piggy.
You really should talk like that for the rest of the episode.
Robert the Doll. I don't think I can.
Oh, fuck. That's funny.
I'm pretty sure most people know a bit about Robert the Doll. Oh, my voice cracked there. Too much Kermit voice. Robert the Doll was originally a birthday gift for a young Robert Eugene Otto, given to him by his grandfather, who'd bought the doll while in Germany in 1904. The doll would remain in the Otto home as Robert grew up and left to study art in New York and Paris.
Nice.
While in Paris, Robert would meet and later marry Annette Parker in 1930. The two would come back to Otto's childhood home in Key West, Florida to live in. In 1974, Robert would die in the home, and 2 years later, Annette would follow. After the deaths, the home was sold twice. First to Myrtle Reuter, who was Robert's caretaker towards the end of his life, and then to the current owners, who have turned it into a guest home. But the doll itself is not in said guest home, as in 1994, it was donated to the East Martello Museum by Myrtle before the home was sold to the current owners.
As a child, Robert would take his doll with him, who was also known by Robert, so he went by Eugene instead.
Yeah, he went by Eugene because the doll was Robert.
Which is weird, but okay. It was also said he would whisper things to his doll, which on the surface isn't out of the ordinary for a kid and his new toy. Which, happens a lot.
Yeah, that's not that abnormal, bringing your big doll, everyone being like, yo, this is Robert. What is that, Robert? Robert says he wants to rearrange your guts.
Tell him I'll meet him out back later.
But
though, as time went on, things became truly stranger. For a period of time, on almost a nightly basis, Eugene's family would be awakened in the middle of the night by violent commotion coming from his room. When they come to see what had happened, they'd find his furniture flipped and moved around, or his toys scattered and broken while Eugene huddled in the corner, terrified. When asked what had happened, Eugene would always reply, "Robert did it."
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still chalk that up to a kid being weird.
Yeah, having a temper tantrum in the middle of the night and...
But I'd be freaked out, if I went up there and, like, there's screaming and shit, and the kid's like, yo, my doll did it. I'd be like, I guess we're getting rid of the doll.
Yeah, then we're getting rid of you.
Do this again and you're next.
Your doll's going first, don't get me wrong, but we'll send you to a special place.
Send you to a special place where we can pretend we never had a son.
Like everyone did back in the 1800s.
They still do that now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my god.
It's like, daughter? We had no daughter.
No, we don't have a daughter.
Oh, shut up.
Goddamn daughter.
Oh man. It just reminds me of all those cases of people that are locked up because they have special needs or
God, yeah.
there are just so many kids in a family that they lock them up. And yeah.
That's a story for a different episode when we finally come back around to depressing things.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Soon after, Robert would be put up in the attic when stories of Robert moving on his own began to spread. Creepy.
Very creepy.
Not okay. Even after being locked in the attic, noises were said to still be heard from parts of the home no one had been in at the time. Footsteps and random giggles were most frequently heard. Houseworkers seemed to quit as quickly as they were hired around this time, and a story that may or may not be true of the maid who put Robert up in the attic dying that same night began to spread.
But how did she die? That's a big question.
Couldn't find it, so that's why I made sure to say may or may not be true.
Yeah.
Because anytime you hear a story about someone dying and there's like no backstory or no anything, it's probably fake.
Yeah.
But it's worth throwing in there because it kind of just adds to the whole... People were freaked out about this doll, apparently.
Woo. Just like Annabelle.
Why did the real Annabelle be looking so fucking not threatening, though?
Because she was made out of, like, what, cotton and wool?
Yeah, it was a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Not really that threatening.
I'm not about to be scared by a fucking raggedy-ass Ann doll.
Oh, so, Brennan here went on vacation with his girlfriend and went to the, what was it, the museum again?
Oh, yeah, we went to Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum.
That's who.
So, there's a good chance that, like, 90% of everything in there was fake.
Fun times.
Assuming that, cursed shit. As if, I'm pretty sure I've said this on the show before, but I'm basically the skeptic on this show, I guess you could say. So, I went in there with the whole mindset of, like, which one is it? Shane, when he goes into a fucking haunted house, you're like, come on, ghosts! Lick my ass!
They're like, what's up, demons? It's me, your boy.
It's your boy.
Skinny penis.
It's your boy, Skinny Penis here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went in, we saw a bunch of shit. A lot of, like, quote-unquote cursed objects, like the Dybbuk box and, not the Ann doll, but there was, like, 2 dolls that were supposed to be haunted. Something we'll probably talk about later is the demon house.
Ooh.
There's some... I don't know how I feel about it, because fucking Zach Baggins went in there, and he's like, this place is so cursed that I had to demolish it. He demolished it, and they brought, like, pieces of it to his museum.
No.
And the things they have were quote-unquote ritual objects that were dug out of the ground, which is like a comb and, like, a toothbrush. And I'm like...
Yeah, sure. Very ritual.
And of course, when we went in there, there was like 4 or 5 things where they're like, satanic cults use these as sacrifice tools. And I'm like, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
The made-up satanic cults. Like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely people out there like Richard Ramirez who are like, oh, I love Satan, I'm gonna go kill for him.
Yeah.
But there are no spooky hooded cults that look like Sith Lords committing fucking mass murder, slitting baby throats. Does not happen. Shut up about it, please. Oh my god.
If it did, you think someone would actually,
If it did, we would all know.
Yeah.
Fucking Casey Anthony's baby died, and Casey Anthony was a nobody before her baby died.
Yeah.
And it was national news. If babies were going missing that frequently, we would know. Hold on, I gotta drink some of my adrenochrome. Kind of getting a little ragged here.
What if they're all paid actors?
Folks. God. in the theme of cursed objects, I've been around supposedly like 50 of them, and I'm still alive, and I taunted all of them.
Yeah, I mean, you tried the Ouija boards, too.
Yeah, no one's fucked my ass yet.
Yeah, well, as far as you know. Can you really feel a ghost if they're fucking you in the ass?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. That's my life's mission. There are things that we do not know. Can you feel a ghost fucking you when it does?
When Eugene came back to his childhood home with Annette, he would not only keep Robert in the home, but take him out of the attic to prop up in one of the house windows. People who walked by the house would claim to see the doll move on its own as well as disappear and reappear in front of them. Many people often opted to take detours around the house.
I'm pretty sure, I mean...
Yeah, it's not like the doll fell, or...
No.
It just slightly moved and then fell.
No, it's not like it's a doll and people are, like, for some reason dispositioned to, like, be terrified of dolls.
No, right?
It's haunted. I mean, the thing that I don't understand about... I know I'm, like, shitting on this before we've even finished it. Mm-mm. The one thing that I've never understood about the Robert the Doll thing is there's no explanation on why it's cursed.
I know, right?
Most of these, there's at least some kind of vague thing, like it came from a spoopy witch or someone died making it. But it's just like, I bought this from Germany. I don't know. Annette apparently hated Robert and soon sent him back to the attic. Though apparently Robert demanded that Eugene take him out of the attic and place him in the turret room so he could have a good view of the street. And I'm pretty sure a turret room is like those houses that have like the circular look room, you know, like you see the big houses where it has like the like fucking round...
The dome?
Yeah.
Ah.
I think that's what that is.
Yeah, I thought you put him on the turret.
Eugene would spend most of his time in that room, painting and talking to Robert until his death.
Enter Myrtle Rooter. What?
Myrtle Rooter.
Myrtle was Eugene's caretaker and took over the home after his death. She would go on to confirm all the stories about Robert, often claiming that she had found him in different places throughout the house. She, as well as many visitors to the home, would also claim the expression of the doll would change if anyone discussed Eugene in a less than positive way. And in 1994, she would donate the doll to the East Marlborough Museum.
I don't know why. I just don't believe any of this.
Because most of this can just be chalked up to like, oh, maybe it moved or Robert moved it here and there. Or someone else did to fuck around with other people and just kept perpetuating the myth.
Yeah. And like I said, it just doesn't help that there's like no backstory to this doll that I could find.
Yeah, it's just haunted for no reason.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense, but I'll try to stop shitting on it while we're still reading the story.
We'll do it afterwards.
Yeah, we'll do it afterwards. Now in the museum, Robert doesn't seem to have slowed down on his supernatural antics. Both workers and visitors claim to see Robert in many different positions than they'd first seen him in. When viewing Robert, visitors...
missionary, cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, what are you talking about?
Damn, I think I just got sexually assaulted by a doll.
Ooh, what do you call for that? Ghostbusters? NCIS?
Nutbusters? Nutbusters.
Zach?
Yeah, that's probably the only person you could call who would actually come and be like, alright, we're going to see this haunted doll who apparently sexually assaults people. I hope I don't get sexually assaulted. Alright, Robert, what do you want to do to me? I'm spread open, fucking spread eagle here. When viewing Robert, visitors are given specific instructions, including only speaking to him politely and requesting permission to take a picture. Many who visit him and presumably don't follow the rules claim to be met with misfortune soon after, from breakups, disease and death in the family to car accidents.
How are you supposed to get permission from a doll that
I
doesn't talk?
don't know. I guess you're just supposed to ask first, like, yo, can I take a picture of you? Yo, cool, thanks, bro.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. They're definitely fucking just hamming it up to get fucking business to their museum.
Yeah. Then you got Annabelle, which basically the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, at least Annabelle. I mean, Annabelle's going to be in the next part.
Yeah.
Just because why not start off with the other most popular cursed doll? I think that one at least has more like backstory to it. And I think people claim to have been attacked by it somehow.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
So that one's a little more interesting, I guess. I mean, not that I believe that one either.
Yeah.
But I don't get Robert the doll. There's like, I remember I didn't include it in this because it's fucking stupid. But there's like people who say like if you look at Robert too long you die and shit. It's like, what reason? At least give a reason. Why is he cursed? There's no reason.
I don't know, unless the previous owner died a very horrible, tragic, or ritualistic death.
I mean, you think that would be included in the many things that talk about him. Everywhere I looked for information, I did not see anything about that.
Yep.
It's just like, oh, he cursed though.
He just cursed.
He just cursed though. That's it. He alive, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, the next one is called The Woman from Lem Statue. The Woman from Lem Statue is a mysterious statue unearthed in Lem, Cyprus in 1878. Made entirely of limestone, it was possibly created sometime in 3500 BCE as a statue of a fertility goddess, but it's unknown what it truly is. The statue has been owned by 4 different people, and tragedy followed each one.
Officially, there are no records of the dig that found the statue. All we know is the date and location it was found in, but no mention of who initially discovered it. The statue seems to have lost most of its detail to time and was assumed to be a fertility idol or a statue of an unknown goddess.
It just looks like a fucking mushroom.
I know. I don't know. I mean, they came to that conclusion because I think it was compared to other statues that were found in the area that were dated to be around the same time, and it looks similar.
Yeah.
And the other statues they found have more detail, so they were able to make out that it was supposed to be some kind of like person or goddess. I think they just kind of like, it kind of looks like this. It just looks really fucking worn out.
Yeah. It said 4 different families lost members while in possession of the statue. The first one would be Lord Alphonse. Within 6 years of buying the statue, he, along with 6 other members of his family, would die of separate causes. Another man, Ivor Minucci, would
Minucci.
Oh, Minucci.
Not Manusi. Give it a Manusi.
I don't know how to read that. That is what
Minucci.
Minucci would obtain the statue, and much like Alphonse, Minucci's entire family would die within 4 years. His entire family? Damn!
Yeah, that's what it says. It's the entire fucking family. They just all...
How many people were in that family? 6 people?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm guessing they mean household. Because I bet this is still around the time where like the entire household lived in the same house. Because this is... Well, it was discovered in 1878. This is either still late 1800s or very early 1900s by this point. And I don't know exactly when like moving out became the norm.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's probably still around that time where like grandparents and everyone just kind of still lived in the same home.
Did you ever find out how they died?
No. I could not find out how any of these people died. It just says that they all died of natural causes in their own way. Like, not all at once, just within that year span, they all died of separate ways. Again, this is late 18, early 19. People did not live very long. They all got diseases that no one knew about yet, so...
Yeah. And no one washed their hands. They were nasty.
They were nasty. I don't know. I think they washed... Well, actually, I have no idea. I'm not even going to say. They might not have.
After him, Lord Thompson Noel would be the 3rd owner of the statue. And just like Minucci, his entire family would die within 4 years of obtaining the statue. The last man who obtained it died along with his wife and both daughters. The 2 surviving sons donated the statue to the Royal Scottish Museum in Edinburgh. The museum curator at the time who handled the statue died within a year. Now sits in a heavy glass case out of reach from all. Interesting.
As I finished looking into this, they also, a lot of the sources I was looking to, mentioned that all of the named people who own the statue don't seem to have any record of existing on file. I don't know how like thorough the records of like people were back then, but they kind of just go in to mention that it seems like almost everything around the statue doesn't have any like verifiable proof.
Weird.
Yeah, so it could all just be made up just to draw attention to the statue. I couldn't find when like talk of this began, because it's like people could start talking about this in 1982 and say that it was found back then. I couldn't figure out if like people knew about this that far back or when it started.
Yeah.
So it could all be a hoax.
Ooh, the best kind.
Well, I mean, the best kind are the ones that don't involve other people falling from and dying. So yeah, I guess it is the best kind. So the last one is the one that's not technically a cursed object, and also might not even be cursed at all, but I just thought it was kind of fun.
Nice.
This one is the cursed Bulgarian phone number. And this isn't the one where you dial and it has like a weird saying or whatever. Like, those ones where you dial a number and it's like some weird ass like old radio message.
Yeah.
It's not one of those, unfortunately.
Okay,
I thought it was at first and we would just play like audio, but then I started reading it, I'm like, oh, that's not what I thought it was, but we're still putting it in.
Kind of like the ones from Japan.
Yeah. The Bulgarian phone number 088 8888 888 has been said to be cursed. So much so that the number has been allegedly taken out of service, because it seems that everyone who's been assigned this number has died.
Ooh.
Oh no!
You mean people die?
People die? No!
Fuck no. The first to be afflicted with the curse number was Vladimir Gushnov.
Gushnov.
I don't know. Isn't that a drink? Gushnov?
Fuck if I know. Probably is.
A mobile phone company executive. Ooh, he was a mobile phone company executive. He died on October 9th, 2001 while in the hospital. The only thing made public of his death was an entry in his obituary, claiming he passed away in the hospital after a prolonged illness.
The second to get the seemingly cursed phone number was Konstantin Dimitrov. On December 6, 2003, while traveling to the Netherlands, Konstantin was gunned down outside of Amsterdam Diamond Center. It's worth noting that Konstantin was part of the Bulgarian organized crime world with a reputation as one of the biggest drug smugglers in the country.
So, he would have died either way, whether he got the phone number or not.
Yeah, that's why I was reading about him, and I'm like, oh, he's a drug smuggler.
Who would want a drug smuggler dead? I mean, come on.
Especially gunned down, like, oh. Like, if this was just a fucking nobody, I might put a little more weight into it, but it's like, oh, organized crime. Yeah, okay.
Or unless he just, like, was walking or doing something normal and just all of a sudden died or was somehow hit miraculously by a meteorite.
Yeah, not gunned down.
Yeah.
Cursed objects.
The third and final person to receive the number.
They got the same.
What the fuck?
I don't know if Russians do the thing they do in like Asian countries where they flip the names.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Konstantin's the last name or if it's the first name.
Okay.
But I think it might be the first name.
Was Konstantin Dishliv. I have no idea how to pronounce
Dishglove. Konstantin Dishglove.
I'm sorry for pronouncing your names wrong. Konstantin, number 2.
Konstantin 2.
The 28-year-old real estate entrepreneur was gunned down outside of a restaurant in Sofia?
Yeah, I think it's a place in Bulgaria.
And May 14th, 2005. Though there are some reports that he too may have connection in organized crime, primarily the cocaine business. I mean, he's a realtor. I mean, come on, of course he's doing cocaine.
I'll show you this house right now. Come on inside. Let's take a look.
He's selling it to a bunch of rich people. So yeah, you know he's
This house comes with a complimentary dime bag.
Get a 8-ball.
Get a 8-ball. 8-ball. I love how both those two were like gunned down and they're involved in organized crime. I don't know. I will admit I didn't look into this as hard as I should, because by the time I got to this point, I was just like, I got this far, so I'm putting it in the episode, but I'm pretty sure this isn't fucking cursed.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest reasons people think it's cursed is because it's no longer in service.
Probably.
But because it was the phone number of two, like, drug smugglers, I'm pretty sure that's why it's not in service, because they're probably looking at it like, what have they been texting on it? Mm. I don't think it's been taken out because it's cursed.
Nah.
Because the last two people, it was owned by a dude who was probably old and just died in the hospital, and then two drug smugglers who got gunned down.
Yeah.
But I got that far into it, so I'm like, it's going in. It's going in. I will just use more oversight in part 2 and make sure that there is not any fucking stupid ass, like, numbers.
Yeah. Okay.
But, yeah. I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't know why they think it's cursed, though. I'm pretty sure it's just, like, some...
Kind of like in some countries that believe a certain number is cursed, so they avoid to use it.
I looked at it a little bit, and I don't think they had anything like that.
8 wasn't like a cursed number?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So in Japan, 4 is a cursed number. Mm-hmm. Because that could also be used. The word for 4 is also the word for death. In America...
I'll take a number 4.
Yeah. That's a cursed number too. America, what's the cursed number here? 6?
Well, it depends on who you ask. It might be 666, because this country's too goddamn religious.
That too.
I don't know if we have like an... Oh, it's probably 13. Unlucky number.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah. I love 13. Ain't done nothing wrong to me yet.
I know, me too. For me, it's a lucky number. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you all for listening. If you made it through this episode...
Yeah, I guess, whatever. It's whatever, dude. I don't fucking give a shit.
Stop being such a pessimistic asshole.
Nah, it's cool. We actually have like a pretty the listener tick is getting bigger. Getting bigger. We get more listeners every month. It's pretty cool. Y'all are fucking with this shit.
We fucking with you.
Well,
consently, of course.
Consentedly.
Consently? Is there a word for that?
I don't think there is.
You just made one up.
I guess so.
Sounds fun. Just like funner.
Funner.
Not a word.
It's even more funner than the funner thing that was funner, but then it got funner.
It's so much funner than before.
Go on, get. Ain't nobody watch you. You stupid mutt. I said get.
You good there?
Don't make me shoot you.
Get some emotion behind that, Brandon. You good? I do let something go, huh? Damn, it's okay. Alright. Thank you all for listening. Have a pleasant day, evening. Take care. Blessed be.
Don't have a pleasant day. I hope you have a shitty day.
That too, if you don't want to do what we tell you to do.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. I don't know. He'll say it.
Unless they're degenerates, then they probably enjoy that. Degrade someone that has that turned into a kink.
Praise them?
What if they also have a praise kink?
Can you have both?
Yes, you can.
You probably just ignore them then.
Not to.
Acknowledge me! I can't come!
Alright, bye.
Bitch.